The challenges are twofold. So one is very clearly the inertia. Changing a ship that massive will take time. And then the other one is actually also in every day's usage of solutions. Like we don't value privacy as much as we should value privacy. And it's up to everyone here to start demanding that Instagram actually does not take a copy of your passport, but actually just takes a zero-knowledge proof.
Everyone keeps coming back to October 10th. $19 billion in liquidations in 24 hours, 70% of the carnage in 40 minutes.
Yep.
Everyone's pointing fingers. I bet people in this room have 3 different theories. What do you think happened? Is this a Binance leverage USDE culprit?
I think Binance screwed up,
yeah.
And that had a lot to do with it, right? that wild deleveraging wiped out a lot of retail.
And it wiped out a lot of market makers.
And a lot of market makers.
What data is this dancing robot collecting right now?
Just pure enjoyment.
Just
how much do people like?
People really love his dancing.
It's a better dancer than I am.
We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots. But that's going to help us.
Robots hold steady hands in the operating room, and drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction.
Maybe crypto is actually built for the machines and we didn't even know it. And AI can easily handle private keys and easily understands transaction hashes and like how all this stuff works. It is money that is built for computers, even before the computers to intelligently handle it were built. So I find that interesting. And perhaps those of us who were involved in crypto pre-AI were kind of just like getting the ground ready for the AI systems to have a fully developed financial system handed to them, for better or worse.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
I think stable coins could reinforce dollar supremacy, because with stable coins could end up being one of the largest buyers of U.S. treasuries or T-bills.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, if you are using a stable coin in Nigeria that's backed by the U.S. dollar, you don't actually have to have dollars. It's on your phone. You can transact.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now. We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stable coins, and new payment systems.
The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books. because I think you're going to reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
If we could tokenize all our ETFs, all $5.3 trillion of our ETFs, and provide that in a digital wallet, you could seamlessly, without fees, going from a digital currency or a stable coin or whatever that may be in your digital wallet and buy bond or stocks. And I believe that is going to be the future.
I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
Coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. But because I give you the truth, you hate me. But remember, I'm just a watchman on the wall. And in 2026, it will be the beginning of global mass layoffs and the rise of the machines. Remember, 2026 to 2029, we are going to be on a wild ride. And we have the sheep sleep. They stay distracted on things that don't matter. My people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And that's because they're willfully ignorant. But they don't have long until reality is going to hit them in the face. And in 2026, we get crypto clarity before the midterms. And starting in 2027, the Hegelian dialectic is back. The divide and conquer, Democrat versus Republican. And they're going to ride it into the fourth industrial revolution. And since we have the genius bill, Universal basic income is right around the corner, 2028, 2029. But we got China paying interest on their CBDC while the United States has no interest. And remember, that's a plan that moves in phases. And in the first quarter, I always tell you, we're going to get a pullback, but this year, because Japan is on the move, I see a pullback in the first and second quarter. And that's the reason why we got two repo operations. We got the Fed buying treasuries of front end $40 billion worth until April, plus the Treasury manipulating that long end of the yield curve because no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And yes, finances is boring, but when you understand what's going on, it's the most entertaining thing in the world. It's unbelievable how the sheep fall for it. And that's the reason why they don't teach finances in school. Now we have the Supreme Court is going to let us know the decision on these tariffs. Either way is going to be bad, but one is long-term, one is short-term. If they have to pay the money back, of course, that's short-term. But if tariffs stay on, that's going to be long-term inflation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And since the Fed is cutting and Japan is raising, we have $8 trillion sitting in these money market accounts, and that money is going to leave and find yield. And in 2027, that's going to trigger a collapse of this legacy market, and Democrats are going to play the blame game on Republicans. And by that time, of course, we'll have Jerome Powell with a rolled off in the sun. They printed 80% of all money in existence in 2 years, destroying the dollar, creating all this inflation, and then also destroying the legacy market, so therefore they can bring in the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And they did all this under Trump and Jerome Powell. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And in order to bring in the machines, of course, they need that black swan, that crisis. And that's the reason why we're hearing the drums get louder. We hear the hacks being done by AI, and of course, you got to watch out for the Birdman. So we're going to see distractions being stepped up, movie after movie, while they move in the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks flat. But if you look at yield rates, you can clearly see we're going to have a slingshot moving right on up. And we get CPI numbers today, and it's the same narrative, and we're going to go over that later. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are falling. And we know that's going to help markets. We have the dollar slightly up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, we have the Fed. And yesterday, repo was about 2.8 billion. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed is doing 2 repos every now and then. We have the Fed buying the front end of these treasuries. And these repos and the Fed buying the treasury is for emergency situations. So this lets you know that this economy is still in trouble. And we know why. And then we have the treasury manipulating the long end because we know no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And we have the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have CPI numbers coming in at about 2.4%. And of course, the mainstream media is going to put a spin on it less than expected. And Jerome Powell had already told us that we're not getting back to that 2% until 2028. Remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And if you go back to 2019, inflation probably is at about 30 to 40%. And these prices are not coming down until the machines take over. And we know that's how they're going to sell it. The machines are going to increase productivity, so therefore you get cheaper prices. And of course, the people are going to beg for it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, they're going to beg for their own demise. Now we have the Fed paper proposes initial margin weights for crypto-linked derivatives. And all they want to do is control the volatility. And don't forget, majority of these trades are done by an algorithm, are done by bots. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Indiana Senate Committee advances HB 1042, allowing state retirement funds to invest in cryptocurrency. And we see a lot of states moving towards crypto and commodities. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs are up as I'm doing this video. XRP, Solana, and Dogecoin also are starting to climb back up. And we had Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP with outflows yesterday. Solana was the only one with inflows. And we've had Bitcoin, Ethereum with big outflows, and of course that moves the market. So even if XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, or Chainlink have inflows, it's nowhere near what Bitcoin, Ethereum are doing. So that's the reason why we just keep moving lower, and we see these BlackRock ETFs are selling off. And we should get a little relief until the end of the month. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have options today, but we know we haven't had any type of inflows, and that's why I expected us to move up today. And don't forget, today is Friday the 13th. Tomorrow is Valentine's, so that just lets you know we're definitely going to get some entertainment this weekend. So get your popcorn, sit back, and let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Germany's Bourse Stuttgart to merge crypto operations with Frankfurt-based crypto trading firm Tradius. And we know also Germany is leading in this fourth industrial revolution. Also, we have Lightning Labs releases AI agent tools for native Bitcoin Lightning payments. And y'all know from the beginning, I always talked about Bitcoin Lightning. I always talked about AI using this technology and also the machines using crypto. Right now, the people have the power. If everybody went home, said they're not working, they're not paying another bill because it's free to live on the Most High's earth, guess what? That's what would happen. Isn't that crazy? But instead, everybody thinks as an individual, they fall for the lie. And right now, you're working for a dollar that's worth nothing. And that is definitely amazing. You cannot make it up. And don't forget, we're all connected. So when all of us join together, we're powerful. But when working separate, we have no power. And then at the end of the day, we all pay the price. Same thing with the C word. Even though you may not have got the jab, you still were affected in your environment. If the sheep wake up, this whole game ends. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And that's the reason why they're working so fast to bring in this digital economy and the metaverse. Because this next generation will not tolerate it because they can't afford it. Now we have Binance completes RLUSD integration on the XRP Ledger Network. enabling users to deposit with withdrawals opening once sufficient liquidity is reached. And of course, this is going to increase the adoption of Ripple's RLUSD. Now we have Tessera integrates Chainlink as its official Oracle provider to verify tokenized private equity assets in real time. And that's all we keep hearing is that Chainlink is becoming everybody's Oracle provider. And we know what? Where's all that data going to? That's right, Swift. And Chainlink is bringing all these chains together. So therefore, Swift gets to all seeing eye. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Swift joins the Bank of England Synchronization Lab to test cross-border FX and delivery versus payment tokenized security settlement. And this process ensures that securities are only transferred to a buyer once payment has been received. And also, payment is only made once the securities are delivered. And we don't hear a lot from the Bank of England when it comes to tokenization, but we know these central banks are moving in lockstep. And the majority of the testing that we're seeing now are for the algorithms and the AI agents. And once they attach these digital wallets, these AI agents are going to be controlling everything, not just for the people, but then also these algorithms are already controlling trillions of dollars. And again, that's the reason why BlackRock's Aladdin is undefeated. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.